Well, hi everyone. A very warm welcome to you. A very warm Christmas greetings to everyone live as well as on the recording tonight. My name is Steve. I'm from Aotearoa, New Zealand, and that's the very bottom of the world. And welcome to the Metaspace, where we talk about a lot of different things, interview different people from all over the world, and mostly about the online, what's happening online and digital, but also a little bit further afield. Tonight I have a wonderful guest and you'll get to see her very shortly. Her name is Lotta Spjut, and I'll have to confirm how do we say her name, because inside my Samoan culture we will put a different pronunciation on the vowels, and who knows, is it Sput, Sput, or something else? We'll find out. Now, she's a wonderful person. As you can see here, she's on the cover of magazine, in fact more than one, and she's a CEO and founder of LS Mind Your Business, entrepreneur, global speaker and trainer, Tedx speaker. I got to see her speaking on the Tedx stage, professional networker, and I've got to meet her also in person. And I can tell you that Lotta is just as lovely in person as she is when you hear her online. Very genuine, heartfelt, and pays attention to detail. And I mean that in the best sense, and that if you ask a question, that she will make sure that she's aware of you and get back to you about it. She's a mother of two, she's a wife of one, and she's also an ICF Executive Pro Coach, a health and nutrition developer, a passion and drive to inspire and empower people. And one of her favorite sayings is, the pain of discipline is easier than the pain of regret. So it's my pleasure to be able to welcome this wonderful woman to the fore. So Lotta, are you there? Love to hear from you.
Hello, Stephen. Yes, of course I'm here. It's morning here, but it's evening in your place, so it's a little bit different. But I'm here, and I'm really excited to thank you first of all to having me in your talk show. So I'm really looking forward for this one.
That's so good. And as Lotta just said, there's the 12-hour difference here. It's 11 p.m. here, where I'm in the bottom of the world, and she's up basically near the top of the world in Sweden. So 11 p.m. there, 11 p.m. here, and 11 a.m. where she is. What time is it wherever you guys are? You know, I can see we've got Taiwan on the line. I'm not sure, but why don't you drop it inside the chat wherever you're coming from, and that would be nice to have a look later on. And whereabouts are you too, the person who's watching this later on the recording? That'll be nice to hear from you as well. So Lotta, I've shared a little bit about you and about how there's so much to you on your journey, and your 40-something, so many years so far. So how about we ask you to share a little. First of all, how do we say your last name?
Yeah, I was first of all, also thank you for the really nice introduction. My surname is pronounced Spjut. That's spear in English. So Lotta Spjut.
Oh, wow, amazing. Yeah. So I know you've got something that you would love to share with us tonight, but and maybe this was already part of it, but how about sharing a little bit about your journey, you know, because you're involved across so many different fields, a writer, a networker, an inspirational person, your mother, a wife, you know, you've got so many different roles. You're here, there, and everywhere. How did it all begin?
Yeah, it began. I will share a little bit about my background also, because I will speak about how we can turn crisis into opportunities, because I believe that this is something that each and one of us today are facing more and more. We have the last 2 years been in a global pandemic, and many people have actually they thought they had really safe works, and from one day almost to another they lost this safe work. So the opportunities opened up for them to see that there is actually other possibilities also in crisis. So for me it was similar. It was 2006 that I for the first time came in contact with home-based business and working from home. And that was not anything that was I had planned. I was very skeptical in the beginning, because I thought that you know, working from home, working online or not only online, but working from home, and also in an industry of network marketing that I came in contact first time 2006, was something I had a lot of opinions about. But the opinions came only because I had no knowledge and I was very ignorant to actually find out the facts. So that was how it started for me. And when it comes to inspiration, and I really have the passion to empower people, because I believe that if we can share something and anyone can get something good out of it, it doesn't cost anything. If I have one idea, you have one idea, we have two ideas together. If I keep my idea for me and you keep yours, we have only one idea. So sharing is caring, and that is something that I always felt is important.
Yeah, so you branch out from 2006 into this the online space. And when did you becoming a speaker, you know, on the Tedx stage, and also a writer?
The Tedx speak was now last year, 2020, but I've been working with leadership and like speaker for almost my whole profession career. I have been in, let's say, in positions where it has been important that I share with other people. It can be small groups. I mean, for me, it doesn't matter if it's 1 or 2 people, or if it's 2,000 or 20,000. That's not the thing, because sometimes I believe that it's the small words, the small things that can make a huge change. So, the TEDx was last year, but the global speaking and international speaking, the writing for different magazines has been coming. I get quite a lot of requests, but I also believe in not focusing on too many things, because you need to have a main focus. And then I can do things because I also think it's very fun and I enjoy it. So it's more that it's a hobby for me. So yeah.
Yeah, it's a great hobby, and I really appreciate it. Like I'd seen you prior to meeting you in Dubai. I'd seen you on the on online Zooms presenting, sharing inspiration, and then I got to meet a few people like you do everywhere you go. And I met some people in Dubai, and you stood out because some people you'll meet and they'll be tired or they'll be focused on something else. But I remember when I met you, the first time was to take a photo with you, and that was amazing. Just just a photo opportunity. But then the second time, I can't even recall the question I had, but I remember I thought, oh, I'm going to ask Lotta, and I did, and you stopped your world for whatever you were doing at the time, and you just turned and like focused on me. And I felt like I was the center of attention for that moment, and that meant a lot, And so, and that's what you do. So when you say that it doesn't matter whether there's 1 or 2,000 or 25,000. Yeah, I've witnessed that myself, and so yeah, thank you. For being you, really. Yeah. So that's wonderful. We'll probably get into some other questions later on, but you've got a wonderful topic that you want to share tonight, and I know that you've prepared some slides to go alongside with that. Would love to have you share that with us.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, I will share my screen and go through. It's not that many slides, but at the same time, we are all different. Some of us, we feel that it's more easy to also take in if we can see it at the same time as we can hear it. So I choose to share some slides with you so you can at the same time have something to point what I'm speaking about. So I will go through a little bit how I see the situation and how you can turn uncertainty into a successful opportunity, and also at the same time be able to get what most people want, but only 5% have, and that's statistic. So I will start actually with a question now. Are you willing to do what 95% of the people is not ready to do for being able to get what most people want, but only 5% have? You can bring this question with you now during what I will go through. And as I also said in the beginning, as you told us, Stephen, my drive and passion is to inspire and empower people to get themselves, because this is something we can only do ourselves, from the 95% and become part of the 5%. So I will start with November 2006, and that was a crazy busy year for me, but it also was the start of a new chapter in my life. And at that time, my profession was as a teacher for high school, but also I was teaching at university. And I always liked to learn new things. So I also, beside my profession, took a master degree. And I was working on the evenings because I thought it was very fun, being a consultant in health and nutrition for companies and also for private persons. And then I also had, at that time, we had one daughter. She was 8 years at this time. So I also believe that things happen for a reason. So one day in November 2006, I met a woman in a store in our city here. And I remember that day really clear, as it was almost like yesterday. And that meeting actually led me into starting my own home-based business. And I didn't feel that it maybe was meant from the beginning, because I was really skeptical first of all. But after 5 months, I had found out that it was something else than I could ever imagine. So it took me 5 months, and I resigned from my profession as a teacher, which I had been for many, many years. So that was November 2006. Now we move to today, December 2021. And the last 20 months, we have really been part of a very uncertain time, and we still are. And for many people, it has been something that we haven't experienced before, the global pandemic. Many people lost their works, as I told before, and they felt that these works was very secure. And then from one day to almost the other day, they lost this work. And that also means that people get more open to see opportunities. Before, maybe they got the same opportunity, but they was not open for it because there was no time to take in another opportunity. So the financial situation for many people drastically changed with the global pandemic, but also many people found an opportunity how to keep having a financial situation to survive. And also with all crises, there is always born opportunities. And when it comes to the global pandemic, as I said, I believe that many people have been in contact before or been asked about, for example, home-based business, but it was not anything that they took time to listen into. But we also know that when it comes to a situation where you need to find something, you are more open. And that's what we could see now the last 20 months. So the opportunity in working from home, we can see that this happened also before a little bit the pandemic. I'm not speaking about the industry network marketing now, I'm speaking about working from home, because it was a lot of people during these 20 months that needed to stay at home and work. And finally, or suddenly, I don't know what is the right word, people also saw that it's a good thing to work from home. Even not only the employees, but also the bosses saw that we can even save money by letting the people work from home. And this is something that there is a lot of surveys made around working from home now during the pandemic. And many also are sure that when the pandemic is over, this will not be a trend anymore. People will continue to work more from home, and also people will understand that the business working from home is a really good thing. So everything has something good with it also. So before, I believe that many people had a plan B, and that could be a home-based business, for example. Today, also depending, because of the global pandemic, more and more people have switched this plan B into their plan A. When I say network marketing, many people have different thinking about what it can be. Some people think about Herbalife, some people think about maybe, I don't know, Mary Kay, all these companies that they have heard of that has been here for years, 40, 50, 60 years. And many people did like I did 16 years ago. They think of a pyramid, that there is someone on the top that is earning money and the people that is joining it's not real. They will never earn anything. I was the same thing. I was very ignorant. I had no knowledge about what network marketing really is about. And when I learned and when I understood that this is really, in my opinion, the best way to have your own business, I could also see that the years I have been working as an employee had really the structure of a pyramid, with someone on the top that could only be one, with the people under, and then the employees on the floor. So this was also something that took some time for me. But at the same time, if I now go back to 2006, when I came in contact with this industry for the first time, and I will also speak a little bit about the 5%. Oh, sorry, we go back. It took me 5 months, as I said, to actually resign from my teacher work. And these 5 months also gave me the time and the chance to see what home-based business and network marketing was about, to have my own business. The good thing was that I didn't have so much time to think. I had a mentor and I was asking her, what do I need to do? Exactly the same way as I know what to do when I'm an employee. And that helped me a lot, because if I had started to think a lot during this time, I don't know if I should have been where I am today. Because I remember very clear, the first thing I felt after maybe one day, I don't remember, 1 week, is that I gave her a call and said that, you know, I don't think this is for me. And she said, wow, congratulations, Lotta, you are in the feeling wheel. And you need to go through this feeling wheel, because for everything you decide that is new for you, no matter if it's a new job, if it's a new business, if it's any decision that will have an impact in your life, you will go through the feeling wheel. You will doubt if you've made the right decisions, but you will also see that if you speak with the right people that has walked the walk before you, you will find a way out. And I did. But it's important, in my opinion, that most people or everyone starting something new knows about the feeling wheel, because here it's easy to stop and to give up because you think and believe it's nothing for you, but it is, because it's normal to be in the feeling wheel. Another thing that I also experienced during these 5 first months, that I needed to be teachable. I had no knowledge about this business since before. I needed to trust my mentor and do what she had done, because I saw that she had success. So she didn't tell me about anything that she hadn't done herself. So these 2 things are really important when it comes to starting a new business. And if you do it as a home-based business, and if you do it in the industry of network marketing, it's even more important. No matter what work or profession you had before, this is new for you, exactly what you're going to do now. So remember the feeling wheel, and also remember to be teachable. I asked you a question in the beginning, and maybe you thought a little bit about it. So I will now show you what most people want in life, but so few have. The first thing is happiness. And happiness is the biggest challenge for many people, because they don't really know what to do in life. The second thing is money. And that could also be from different ways, not having enough money or time to accomplish the things that you want to create in life, to bring your happiness. Number 3 is freedom. And the biggest challenge here is having the freedom to find your true purpose in life. And something that can make your life lit up every day. That's connected to freedom. Having inner peace is the fourth most important that people want in the world. And inner peace, when you have lack of clarity about who you are or what you want to do with your life, the inner peace will not be there. And the number 5, to have joy in my work. These are the 5 most important things for people. There are thousands and thousands of surveys and studies around this, and these 5 always comes up at the top 5. If we now check to see to the industry that I choose to be in, it's a great industry because you don't need to have any specific prior knowledge. You don't need to be in a specific country. It doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman, if what age you are. Most businesses, you need to be 18, like in any business start. But otherwise, for the age, it doesn't matter if you're 18 or 88. Doesn't matter religion, and so on. And that means that at the same time, it will be that many people will make a huge change in their lives with this opportunity. But at the same time, because everyone can really start, you will also find people coming in that is not behaving the right way. But there is no difference in network marketing or home-based business and in other traditional businesses or other traditional works. You find these people there too. So that's no difference. The difference here is that the people, they have a great possibility to have a freedom, but this freedom is under responsibility. And there is where there can be, where you are from the superwoman or the catwoman, because some people come into this business thinking that if I just sign up, everything will be great. I will be super successful. But when it comes to having your own business, it is a freedom, and many people, as you saw also in the list of the what we want most in life, we have it under responsibility. If I can tell you that in the beginning, when I, after these 5 months, resigned from my work as a professional teacher, I got confused. I called my mentor and said that this is not working. Because going from having many things to do and suddenly I have only my own business was really, I got a little bit of panic about it. What should I do now? Because I was used to having a lot of things to do, and my home-based business was just one more thing that I needed to put into my schedule and do what I needed to do. Now I had all the time to do my home-based business. So it is really a freedom under responsibility, but it's the same thing here. Home-based business is a work. And if I don't put in my work, it will not work. So that's the same, no matter if it's in network marketing industry or any work. If you're not going to, if I didn't show up at school as a teacher, I should get fired. Same thing goes for my home-based business. But sometimes when we stop a profession, have being employee and move over to becoming our own boss and our own employee, it's not that simple in the beginning. That's why it's so important to take advices from the ones that have walked the walk before us. So what do 5% then do to also lead us closer to the 5% from the 95%? Yeah, first of all, open for new opportunities. Many people get the same opportunity as I got, but they didn't take it. So the first thing is for a person to be open. And as I told you in the beginning, today we have more people open for opportunities than maybe before the pandemic, because people are in need of an opportunity. When we get the opportunity, that's not enough. We also need to take it, say yes to it, explore it, and do something about it. We can get an opportunity to say yes, but if we don't put in the work, nothing will happen. And we will feel disappointed and believe that this is not for me. And network marketing or whatever business you are doing from home is not working. But it's not about the business not working. It's about you not working when it comes to your business. Another thing is to take advices, as I said, from people that walk the walk. I got so many advices when I decided to resign from my work. And I had also people that told me I was crazy, leaving so many education years and really good work and so on for doing my own home-based business in an industry that most people that I was surrounded with didn't believe in at all. And I'm so happy today and thankful and grateful to myself that I didn't take advices from these people. I listened to everyone, but I also found out there is 3 kinds of people giving advices. The first one that is almost giving most advices to you are the ones with no knowledge at all. They have read or they have heard from others about what you are going to do, and they can give a lot of advices. They think it is advices. The second group are the ones that might have been or done what you are now going to do, but they stop for some reason. And at the same time, they know that what you are going to do now is working. It was just not working for them of some reason. Maybe they didn't do the work, or they just found out that they didn't want to do it. And then you have the third group, that is people that have really the knowledge. They have done what you are now going to do. They have walked the walk. They know what is working, what is not working, because they have faced the challenges and they have overcome the challenges. The 2 first groups, they are driven by fear. Fear of success or fear of failure. It's different from person to person. And they have really not an advice that you should listen to. The third group that has walked the walk before you is the group where you should take advices. Like in any cases, when it comes to something you really want to know or learn, you cannot learn to play a guitar from someone that has never done it, or playing football. It will be a mess. So the same thing goes here. So take advices from people that walk the walk, always. You can listen to everyone, but you should really take the advices from people that have done what you have done. If I haven't done that, if I had listened to all the negative people around me, I have not been where I am today, for sure. Also important to know about TFAR, thought, feeling, action, and result. Because many times I told you that many giving advices, they are driven by fear. But fear is a feeling, and a feeling always comes after your thought. So if you feel that this is not going to work, this is not anything for you, your thoughts will also be that it's no way that you can do this. Why should you succeed if no one else have done it before around you? But if you instead know that the thought is coming first, that you think that, yes, I'm excited now, this is new for me, but I can learn. I will listen to the people that have walked the walk before me. Your feelings will also be much more positive, and that will lead to an action. If you have instead a negative, you start with a negative feeling, your thoughts will be negative and your actions will be negative. And a negative action is you doing nothing. That's also an action. Sometimes we think that when it comes to an action, we need to be very doing something, moving forward. But an action is also a choice. So when you choose to do nothing, that's an action too. And what will the result be from that? Nothing. So that's also something to always remember. When you feel something, you already have a thought before. That's why it's so important to work with our mindset, work with our thoughts. And we speak during a day more than 85% with one person, and that's yourself, through your thoughts. So what you are speaking with yourself will be the most important parts. And also what the 5% do, and what the rest, the 95% is very good at, is comparing with other people. And you know, that is a break, because when we start to compare, I did the same when I started my business. I was looking at everyone, wow, that person has so much success and did it so fast, and they are so much better than what I have done, and so on. But who do you compare with? Who did I compare with? I compared with the people that had been in the business I just started, maybe for years. Instead, get inspired. Check these people out. What do they do that you can do? But never compare. Because when we start to compare, no matter in what area, we will always end up as the loser, because we compare with people that has already walked the walk that we just started. And when we start to compare, it also creates excuses. Yeah, but I cannot be as successful as her because she has this and she has that and blah, blah, blah. And who is these excuses helping? No one. So stop comparing. The only person we should compare ourselves with is ourselves, to become a little bit better every day in what goals we have. Run your race, swim in your line, check out, lift your head sometimes, check where are the other people, but run your race. That's the most important part. So these things is also a way how to go to the 5%. So it's not big things that we can think that, wow, it's so difficult to reach to these 5% and have these 5 things that most people want in life. No, it isn't, but we need to start somewhere. So the easiest things are so easy. So we think that they are not making any difference. And what do I mean by this? Yeah, there is so many things that might not be that easy, but it's simple tools. So if we now go back to the 5%, what more are they doing that the 95% is not doing? One thing is that when we see that working from home with our home-based business, especially when we are our own boss and our own employee at the same time, that has a specific working structure, but it's not that different from when you had a profession as an employee. It's just that then you know exactly what you're going to do every day. Now you need to set that same thing for yourself. You need to be your own boss in the evening, and in the morning, you are your own employee. A very simple tool for this is using the 6 most important lists. That's so simple, so people believe it's not working because it's so simple. You just need a paper and a pen. You write down in the evening before you go to bed, what are the 6 most important things for you to do tomorrow to actually reach your daily action. These 6 points you put into the most important parts, which is probably the most challenging thing to do, in the top. And then second thing, third thing, and so on. And you are precise. If you have a work where you are in contact with people, and you are also going to contact these people, you cannot write in one point, contact people. You need to be precise. How many people are you going to contact? Because you need to be able to put a line over these points. So you have done, fulfill and finish that list during one day. So it's exactly as when you are an employee at a work. It's just that you create your most important things to-do list in the evening, you do it in the day. It's so simple, but it's so effective and powerful when you are your own boss and your own employee. Another thing that these 5% do is that they have a clear why. For many people, when they are an employee, the why can be that they go to their work every day because they need money. When it comes to your home-based business, it's not enough to have money as your why. In that case, all people that is working from home should have the money they want, and they don't. So you need to have a more clear why, connected directly to you, not only to your money. Maybe it can be that you want to do something with the money together with people around you that you really care for. I don't know. But that's one super important point. Goals, you have heard many times, I believe, that's the same thing. If you have no goals, you have no roadmap, and you will just circle around and lose time and also lose faith in what you are doing. So your why, your goals are very important, and your goals needs to be breaking down. If you have 2-year goal, you break it into 1 year, you break this 1-year goal into monthly goals, you break these monthly goals into weekly, you break these weekly into daily, and the daily goals, that's your 6 most important list. So when you put your 6 most important list, that's part of your long-term goal. And another thing then is, of course, to put this into action. If you have a great 6 most important list, but you're not fulfilling, you're not doing them, nothing will happen. So still, you see that it's very simple steps. And these simple steps, anyone can do if we do it consistent. And we are not taking it when we feel for doing it. Because you remember now, feeling comes after thought. If you put this to action and you do it, whether you feel for doing it or not, you will see results. But it's here where the most people stop it. Not because it's difficult or you need to be Einstein to understand it, because it's so simple. So you think it's not important to do it. Okay, so growth is connected to changes and the desire of having a change. And today, as I started to tell you, many people out there need this change. So to summarize it now, remember the feeling wheel and that it's normal. It's something that each and one go through, no matter what decisions you take in life. When it's something that might be have an impact for you, you will come into the feeling wheel. So just know that it's normal. Speak with someone that has walked the walk before you that will help you to come out from it. Then next time you are making a new decision, you will come into the feeling wheel again, but you will move out from it much faster because you know how to handle it. Also remember that the thought is coming before your feeling, and that puts into an action. Depending on what thought and feeling you have, the action can be good or bad. And the results, the same thing. Take advices from the people you want to change place with. People fear, and people always give advices when they are full of fear, but they will not bring you forward. Stop comparing, get inspired instead, because otherwise you will come up with a lot of excuses. Have your why clear, set your goals and break them down into daily actions with your 6 most important lists. Do your action plan, use time management also. I had no clue about time management before. And the only thing that saved me was that I had so many things I just needed to put in. So it was kind of a time management, but I didn't know about it. But when you decide, if you decide to do your business full time from home, you need to be really wise with your time, because time is the only thing each and one of us has actually got the same amount of. Many things are not fair in life, but the time we all have the same amount. So we need to really use it, or otherwise we abuse it. Review your actions, check out how did the day go? How did your 6 most important list go? Is there any points that you might need to put into the next day? Fine, do it. But then you also know that tomorrow I maybe, because I have time limit, I'm time limited, need to put my 6 points a little bit shorter. And all of these are built by being teachable. As I said in the beginning, being teachable is really important. We learn from each other every day. Some people are totally new, coming in, meeting you. You can learn from each and one. And have a desire for a change and to learn. And each and every one of us will grow. So this pandemic crisis has opened up an opportunity that is not for a few chosen. It is for the ones that choose to see it, take it, and of course, do something with it. So if we do this, I can say welcome to the 5% group that will have what 95% want to have, but will not get because they are not really willing to do it, even if it's so simple things that we do. So today, I see myself as in the 5% group. And I also, as I said, I'm very thankful and grateful to so many people around me, but I'm also very thankful and grateful to myself that I really saw the opportunity, took it and did something with it. And we always need to cherish ourselves. You will always be the most important tool in whatever you are putting you into. So remember also that the competition is very low, 95% vs 5%. So why not you moving from the 95% to the 5%? I will end up with some quotes. I love quotes. Richard Branson, Sir Richard Branson, you all know. And he said, if somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, but you are not sure you can do it, say yes, then learn how to do it later. So true. And also, if you are feeling that, yeah, but it's easy for you to say these things, but it's not the same easy for me, because maybe we have different experiences and so on. But just remember this, start where you are and use what you have and do what you can with that. And you will learn the rest, and you will see that following these simple things can make a huge difference. And for sure, you can move yourself to the 5% if that is what you want. So that was what I wanted to share with you.
Wonderful sharing. Thank you, Lotta. And we've had a few people mentioning it too. We've got thank you for your education, my dear friend and leader, Lotta from Emil. And then we've also got Rambo from Team Legend from the Manila, Philippines, saying hello. So, and lovely Rose, our lovely Rose, who's from Taiwan, always with everybody everywhere. So
I know.
Yeah, but you know what? It's a wonderful topic. It's a wonderful topic you're sharing with us tonight. Well, you're welcome to be sharing with us opportunities born with crisis. I do have a few questions that just to delve a little bit further, because people may be wondering. I was thinking about my own journey, and so I wondered about yours as well. So you were teaching at the time, and so what made you even think about it? Because I know for me, I was doing insulation before there was a police officer, and before I was doing other things, all on the offline. And it never crossed my mind to go into business until I hit the crisis moment. And then suddenly I realized there was another world. How did it happen to you?
No, actually for me, it was not during a crisis that I came in contact with online marketing or network marketing. So it was a bit different for me. For me, it was about the products. I was finding out that the product was very good and I wanted to have them. So my contact, she told me that, why aren't you going to become your own consultant? You can buy your own products. And she also told me that I would have a much better price. And that was actually the thing for me. When I started, I said, okay, I understand that if I can then be a consultant, I can buy the products to a better price. That was the only thing that made me start. But then I saw, because I had friends around me, and I was I was just telling them that I really found some good products. Do you want to test? And they wanted to test. And that's how it started. So I saw that this was something I could do, and I was not planning to do it full time. It was just that after these 5 months, I saw that this was something I hadn't seen in other professions. And I know because I was a teacher, and the trainings and the education that I participated in for the network marketing company business I was doing, they had trainings about personal development, about leadership, about setting goals. And this was things that I felt that, wow, this is something different from the profession I had before. We never teach the kids in school how to really set goals directly about the personal development and these parts. And I always burned for these points. And suddenly I saw that this was a business where this was really important. I believe that that was the main factor why I actually felt that I want to do this full time. I always love to work together with people. For all the different professions I had, it has always been personally related. And now I had really the chance to do all of this, sharing and helping other people, and yeah, get inspired myself and also help others to get inspired.
Yeah, so maybe you're watching this, you're watching Lotta share and me share as well tonight, and you're hearing Lotta, you know, it was interest. It was something that she saw which was better than what she was doing, and so she decided to jump in it. Or maybe you're going through crisis. Maybe when Lotta said about the pandemic, and I know for me, I went through a crisis on my own, maybe that's the thing that's causing you to think why you're listening to this particular video tonight. Whatever it is, thank you for being open enough to consider this, and we hope that's going to help you to take at least one further step forward in moving to bettering your life, maybe to becoming one of the 5%. Anyone can be part of the 95%. Lotta has been, I have been, maybe you are. But you know what? Maybe this is your time to take that step to go a little bit further and to rise above into that 5%, which can make a greater difference for your own life. Hey, Lotta, talking about interest is one of the keys to finding the right business opportunity and that 5%. Are there any other keys that you can think of that you'd say, you know what, well, as you're searching, because there are many out there, what would be some other keys that you'd say to look for these people that are maybe new and considering and being in the 5%?
No, for the 5%, I believe it's these simple, really these simple parts that no matter what we are deciding to do in life, we need to have a clear why with each part. Why are I doing this? And many things in life, we have a why. That is just automatically. Why do I move up in the morning from my bed? Yeah, because if I have another work, I need to go to work. If I have kids, I need to bring them to school. There is some why behind everything. But when it comes then to starting your own new business, or if it's making a decision for whatever, we don't think at the same way that I need to have a why. We most often have it, but we don't really put it down and think about what is the reason to me choosing to do this. And I believe that is very important, because if I really want to do something and I know that this thing can lead me to a change in life that I want, or another financial situation than I have today, or whatever it can be, if this why, if I haven't thought about it, or it's not strong enough, the life will come in between every day. Things will happen, and that will also be that I stop on my I think that either it's not for me, or I don't have the time, or I start to get these feelings and thoughts that it's not working. So getting the why is super, super, super important, and that's something I believe that many people miss. We have our why we should go to work and we should earn money, and that's not strong enough when it comes to your personal parts where you want to reach to these 5%. Then you need also to think about, because that will not happen automatically. if we want something, we need to put something in. So that's also one thing. We need to take time to really think about, what do I want to do? Why do I want to do it? And also, of course, put it into the goals. And I know that many people hear this time after time: set your why, put your goals. So we might think that it's not important, but we also see that the people that are doing it, they are among the 5% that most of the people want to be, but they are not taking themselves there. They are maybe, I don't know, many people are also thinking that it's about luck. And I don't even believe in luck, because I know that we had a Swedish really famous skier when I was young, Ingmar Stenmark, and he got interviewed, and he was asked the question that, yeah, Ingmar, it seems that you are very lucky because you won everything. And Ingmar just answered that, yeah, and you know, the funny thing is that the more I'm training, the more hours I'm putting in, the more luckier I am.
Such a good saying. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, I believe that it's most often also we think that it should be much more complicated than it really are. So the simple parts, the simple things are really important when it comes to making a change.
Yeah, it's really important. And before I ask you about what the future looks like for you, for Lotta, you know what, it's really maybe good to just give a little bit of a commentary and say, you know what, all of us has been a part of the 9-to-5 grind at some point, and it's an automatic system where you don't even have to think too much about it. You don't have to share much of your life inside that system. You can get lost in it and you can survive for decades and then come out the other end, and hopefully you'll have a retirement. You know, but you've got to make it there first, you know, and too many of the world are moving along that line from school to work to retirement over decades. And you know what we're talking about here partly is to do with the internet space, about being a business person, being an entrepreneur, and moving to that 5% rather than the 95%, so that you can shortcut the process in a better way because it's available. And you don't have to spend decades to hopefully reach 65 to then live your life. You can live your life as you are creating it yourself. That's what Lotta's talking about, taking personal responsibility, finding out what is really important to you. You know, rather than saying, I have to pay the bills, that's why I've got to go to work. You know what? You don't have to do that. You can find something or some things that, that can help you to actually thrive rather than survive. And that's so important. So what is the future, Lotta? What does the future look like for you?
Yeah, the future is always exciting, but that's also one thing, you know, the future will become what I also put in put in from my side. But there is a lot of things happening, and there is a lot of things, even if I am putting myself into the 5% today, I'm still learning, and I'm learning new things every day, and I will continue to learn, because that's the only way to grow. And I believe that if I stop growing, I will instead go back, and that's not what is interesting for me. So keep learning new things, keep being open. That's something that, and also to keep challenging myself, because it's also during the challenges that we really get the growth. And this is something I see. I have put it 2022. I know that will be a really crazy working year, and I choose to have it as a really crazy working year, because I also believe that when the timing is right, and also when the timing and the place and everything is really there, you should. That's like an opportunity too. If I don't take that opportunity now, I will lose it for this time, and I feel that I'm not ready to do that. So I will really put in a lot of work 2022, because I believe that that opportunity that I have, and everything around it, is something that I need to really take care of and run with 2022 and forward. So I don't plan to have a more calm year. It's actually the opposite. but I like it. So yeah, once again, freedom is really important for me, but it's also sometimes you need to put in that when it comes to freedom has so many different parameters. Freedom for me is that I am able to work from home. I am able, even if I set my working hours, and I can actually go away. I see it many times. This is just a simple thing, but if I have a call from school from my daughters and I need to pick them up, I can go there directly and pick them up, even if it interrupts my work, but I can then move home directly to work. So this freedom is, as I told you, freedom under responsibility, because it's also easy then to think that, yeah, just because I'm working from home, I can use the time how I want to. I can go to doing this and that, and I can work later, but that will not give any real result. So for me, it's about keep working with my time management. I'm still working on this one. It's also about developing new skills myself. And it's of course also to hopefully empower and inspire many more people. And at the same time, get inspired from them. So that's my upcoming year.
Yeah, it's looking really, really promising, looking really good. And because I know you've got another appointment coming up very shortly as well, but what would be a final word of advice that, for anyone watching today, considering making a change, or considering going from wherever they are to the next step inside their journey? What would be one of your best advices or a word that you'd say to them today?
I still believe that if I speak for myself, the most important advice I got is really to take advices from people that walk the walk, and that comes for everything in life, because there are so many, and today especially with social media, there are so much influences with people thinking, and we get somehow, even if we don't want to, we are checking this out, and it's putting some seeds here and there in our head. But when it comes for you to make decisions, take advices from people that walk the walk, because that I believe can bring you so much further than any other when it comes to knowledge. And that's what I have followed, and I'm very thankful to myself for that.
Oh, thank you very much, Lotta. So this is Lotta Spjut, sharing today, talking about opportunities born inside crisis. And I hope that you found this inspirational, and that it's meant at least something to you to help you on your journey. And if you love what Lotta's been sharing today, why don't you screenshot this right now? This is her business page, www.ismindyourbusiness.com, and be inspired to continue to move forward. You can follow this woman there, and like she's got here, she's got a wee quote by Abraham Lincoln: the best way to predict the future is to create it. You can hear her sharing about creating her future, and she's inspiring and encouraging us to create our future. So why don't you do that? Because there's things that are happening worldwide that maybe is causing you concern, stopping you, pausing you for thought. And you know what? Sometimes when we pause for thought, that means it's a time to reassess and maybe make a change for the better, a change towards our future. So Lotta, I want to say thank you so much for coming on today, taking the time with me and with our audience live. Thank you for everyone who joined us live, as well as everybody that's watching us out inside recording land. I know so many more people will plug into this recording, and we look forward to your journey, and I'm sure you look forward to our journey and people reflecting back to you.
I am. More yours. mine I can control, but yours for sure I'm really looking forward to. And thank you so much again for having me in the call, and yeah, I hope that it can help some of you with some small advices for bringing you, if that is what you want, to the 5%.
Thank you.
So thank you, Lotta.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you, Lotta. That's right. And if you pick that up, you know what she's doing. She's making a play on her own name. Very good. Why don't you unmute everybody and say thank you and say goodbye to our wonderful Lotta.
Thank you, Miss Lotta. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mom
Thank you very
Lotta.
much.
Thank you, Stephen.
Bless you, Lotta, and thank you very much for being with us today.
Yeah, thank you so much. And see you next time.
Bye.
In Dubai, maybe.
Yeah, in Dubai, maybe March.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.